Right now at 10, storms may have cleared for now, but cleanup has just begun. The red flags to watch out for when hiring a contractor. And Amplify Health unveiling a first-of-its-kind mental health treatment facility. Plus, the Lacrosse Parks board votes on new rules for e-bikes and scooters, what it means for riders in the region.
Streaming 24/7 on the News 8 Plus app. You're watching News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Emily Brown. Ken is off tonight. Well, as cleanup continues after this week's storms, officials want homeowners to beware of scammers pretending to offer too good to be true deals. The State Department of Trade and Consumer Protection says storm chasers often come from out of state, moving into hard-hit areas and promising quick fixes while leaving many with empty pockets and unfinished work. In Westby, homeowners say finding someone they trust has been one of the biggest obstacles.
I want somebody to come here and stay here and get it done. Don't come in and work 4 or 5 hours, then come back tomorrow or the next day. I want somebody to be here and get it all done.
Officials add that some red flags to watch out for include high-pressure sales tactics, requests for cash or upfront payments, and out-of-state license plates. Well, a beautiful day we had today. It was much needed, but more activity coming tomorrow, Friday.
Yeah, we got another really, well, you could say warm temperatures on Friday. Windy will be the other story, but then in the afternoon, things drastically change. We have lines or a couple lines of severe thunderstorms moving through till about 8 p.m. So all hazards are possible, including tornadoes. I think initially it could be tornadoes, hail, and then with the line of the front coming through could be damaging winds, but everything's in play in the afternoon time frame. Right now, it's going to be a very mild night, and it's still mild 60s. The south-southeast winds beginning to pick up a little bit. That's because the front is getting into Minnesota. That'll be the story in the morning is the wind. But as you look at temperatures that we had today, and I have the planner here, which is wrong. We'll kind of go in the morning hours right now that we do have conditions that are going to be basically getting up to about 70 degrees by noon for both locations, and the wind will be the story too as we go forward. So later on we'll break down the timing of these storms more in detail and then get to what it's going to be likely a very chilly and blustery weekend too. Well, it's going to feel more like mid-March after we've had a stretch of weather that for the most part has felt like the end of May. So
of course it is.
Big changes coming, but dry too after this. That'll be the good story also.
Yep, keeping it interesting this month. All right, thank you, Greg. Well, a man visiting Wisconsin died after being struck by lightning at a Waukesha gas station. It marks the second lightning fatality in Wisconsin in the last 7 months. Catherine Merck reports from Pewaukee on the rare but deadly weather event.
Waukesha police say preliminary information indicates the man was struck by lightning.
It could have been any one of us going to the gas station.
This happened around 7:45 Wednesday night during the storm. Bo Snowden said he heard it.
We could feel it through the whole house. We live right over there, right up University Drive. And it was just loud. It was the loudest thunderbolt we ever heard.
The man was reportedly not from the state of Wisconsin. He later died at an area hospital.
As we're getting into the spring and into the summer months, we need to keep in mind that lightning is a potential hazard.
Chris Vigaski is a lightning data specialist here in Wisconsin who says this is the second lightning fatality in Wisconsin in the last 7 months. Despite it being incredibly rare, the odds of it happening still aren't zero.
Your likelihood of being struck by lightning in any given year is lower than 1 in a million. When you look at that over the long term, like a lifetime, that number is down around 1 in a few thousand. So it doesn't seem like it's a big percentage, but it is still a very common way that people are injured or killed by weather in the United States.
It's a painful reminder to people who live here that severe weather can be deadly.
And a reminder, you can track weather on your block by downloading the First Warn weather app. Well, a missing 33-year-old woman from Winona has been found safe. Bridget Martinson was missing since April 6th. Today, the police department announced she was found. Martinson's family organized a search party earlier in the week in an attempt to locate her. A former Monroe County transport officer accused of sexually assaulting an inmate made his initial court appearance today. 66-year-old David Griffin was given a $250 signature bond. He faces felony charges of abuse of a jail resident and misdemeanor disorderly conduct. The alleged assault happened in March while Griffin was transporting an inmate from a mental health facility in Oshkosh back to Monroe County Jail. Now, if convicted, Griffin could face up to 3.5 years in prison. A News 8 follow-up, the La Crosse Board of Park Commissioners advancing new rules for electric bikes and scooters in the city. The ordinance passed 5-2 at tonight's meeting at City Hall. The new rules would allow e-bikes with pedal assist on sidewalks, but ban throttle use. It would also allow e-scooters to be used on city sidewalks, except in the downtown area. The ordinance now goes to the Judiciary and Administration Committee May 5th. Before heading to Common Council May 14th. Forecasted severe weather is forcing a change of plans for the ongoing Lansing Bridge demolition. The controlled explosion of Pier 2 is moving from Friday to Saturday. Officials set the new blast window between noon and 2 p.m. The ferry will stop running during the explosion and resume around 2 p.m. Well, Amplify Health by Gunderson unveiling its new emergency psychiatric unit today. A ribbon cutting was held, showing off the new Empath unit, which will provide care for people experiencing mental health emergencies. Providers will work with patients to address the emergency and set up treatment plans. The goal is to provide quick treatment to help patients avoid long hospital stays.
The unit's designed for about a 24-hour stay, so we're going to work to get people in, get through the initial crisis, and then really wrap some services around them so that they can succeed in the community and get back to their day-to-day lives.
Court says the unit was made possible by the generosity of the community, which helped raise the $5.2 million. Empath will begin taking patients starting April 23rd. Well, a new parking ramp at UWL is now open. The $27 million project will offer 550 much-needed new parking spaces. More than 500 people were previously on a wait list for campus permits. The ramp includes EV charging, covered bike parking, and serves high-demand buildings, including the Arts Center, Centennial Hall, and Morris Hall.
I think it for sure is going to help. I remember my freshman year with the parking garage. My friends that did have cars definitely had trouble finding parking spots or had to park around in the neighborhoods. And if you're parked for more than a certain amount of time, you get parking tickets.
Students without permits can use the Passport parking app for $1 an hour or $5 overnight. It's opening day for Drift Cycling. The popular bike sharing program held a grand opening at the Drift station on Caledonia Street. Organizers showed newly added features to the map, talked about the 5 new stations made on the north side and across the river in La Crescent, and showed off the all-new custom Wyatt bikes designed for teens and shorter riders.
We really just want people to just go up and try it. What we know is if you try it once, you're likely to use it frequently because it is so easy after you sign up.
The frames for the Wyatt bikes are manufactured in Bangor. Developing out of Minnesota, Hennepin County prosecutors issuing an arrest warrant for an ICE agent. Officials say Agent Gregory Morgan pointed a gun at 2 people in a car back in January while driving on the shoulder of the road to avoid traffic.
Mr. Morgan's conduct was extremely dangerous. Driving while pointing a weapon out of your moving vehicle at the victims who were in another moving vehicle could have led to yet another disastrous incident in a community that has already suffered too many.
Morgan was in an unmarked SUV during the alleged assault. Still to come, a new ceasefire in Lebanon, what it means for the U.S.'s talks in Iran. Plus, Health Secretary Kennedy faces criticism over budget cuts. The heated hearing up ahead.
Get an 11% rebate from Menards and check that project off the list. Turn your tax refund into a new kitchen. It's easy to create your dream kitchen with Clearview Cabinetry, offering a selection of finishes made with the finest materials and built to withstand life's sticky messes. Clearview Cabinetry offers features like soft closed doors and drawers and cabinet accessories to match your unique style. Get these Varstic kitchen cabinets for a value of $25.59.99 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
The Meats family has finally gained a member. Meet Applewood Smoked Ham. Smoked is their middle name. 2 for $7 ham and Swiss melts. Arby's, we have the meats.
If you've been waiting for just the right time to upgrade your kitchen, now is the perfect time. It's Carl's Overstock Liquidation Sale. Our showrooms and warehouses are full, and we have more trucks on the way. Save up to 60% on major appliances and up to 50% on Serta mattresses. Also, Napoleon and Halo grills are clearance priced. LG and Samsung TV floor displays have got to go. It's time to move during Carl's Overstock Liquidation Sale.
Carl's, your servicing dealer since 1956.
Password 1234.
Incorrect password.
Technology, am I right?
We need a new tech lead.
This is the job for sponsored jobs. Sponsor your job on Indeed and get matched with quality candidates when you need them most. Visit Indeed.com/hire now.
The ceasefire in the war with Iran is getting a potential boost after Israel agrees to halt fighting on another front. CBS's Jesse Mitchell has this story.
After direct negotiations in Washington earlier this week, Israel and Lebanon agreed to a 10-day ceasefire, a move that could pave the way for extending the ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran.
We have two fundamental demands. First, the disarmament of Hezbollah. Second, a sustainable peace agreement. Peace through strength.
President Trump announced the agreement and said there are plans for a future meeting at the White House with the leaders of both countries.
There's a really good chance that that'll work out with Lebanon and Israel.
As for Iran, the Pentagon stands ready to resume the fight if the ceasefire falls apart.
We are reloading with more power than ever before and better intelligence. Even more importantly, better intelligence than ever before.
For now, the U.S. Navy is keeping up the pressure by blocking ships traveling to and from Iranian ports in the Strait of Hormuz.
Comply with this blockade, we will use force.
Back in Washington Thursday, the House again narrowly rejected a resolution that would have limited President Trump's power to wage war with Iran, this time by just one vote.
Republicans in the House continue to serve as nothing more than a reckless rubber stamp for Donald Trump's extreme agenda, and it's shameful.
A similar measure in the Senate failed a day earlier. Jesse Mitchell, CBS News.
Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. testified before two different House committees today about the Trump administration's 2027 budget. It calls for the establishment of the Administration for a Healthy America, but it also includes a 12% cut in health services and a $5 billion cut to the National Institutes of Health.
Because at the turn of the last century, scientists from around the world came to the United States because they were chased out of their countries in Europe. The actions you in this administration are taking are chasing American scientists away from this country.
Kennedy also defended the Trump administration's response to the growing measles outbreak, saying the U.S. is doing better than countries like Mexico and Canada. We'll have more news ahead, but first.
Yeah, definitely going to be windy and warm for Friday morning, but then the storms arrive in the afternoon. They could be severe. We'll track those out and show you what the temperatures look like for the weekend. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
The Spring Refresh event is happening now at Furniture, Decor & More. Refresh your home or create a whole new look and save up to 30% store-wide. Style, comfort, and big savings are waiting for you. Furniture, Decor & More in Westby and Boscobel. Stop in today.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO.
I was amazed to see Bear up and running again so soon. They really took good care of him.
Piper had TPLO surgery and is already running again weeks later.
Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics for an orthopedic consultation today.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became America's best-selling trucks. And we've kept that title every year since. F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 49 years. And Ford, the most awarded brand for initial quality among trucks by J.D. Power.
Current and qualified Ford owners get $7,500 in total savings on a new 2026 Ford F-150. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
It's Hy-Vee's one-day sale, Friday, April 17th. Hy-Vee eggs, just 99 cents. Dole chopped or premium salad kits, just $2.48. Fresh ground chuck, $4.88 a pound. Hy-Vee pasta sauce, just $1.28. Hy-Vee ice cream, $1.99. Save on Hy-Vee water and more, Friday, April 17th. And every day, you'll find the same low prices online as in store, only at Hy-Vee.
We're all paying more. Utility bills are through the roof. Now, gas prices. And Congressman Derek Van Orden is making it worse. Derek Van Orden voted to slash clean energy production, raising energy costs. Electricity costs could go up $300 a year in Wisconsin. And Derek Van Orden voted to support the war in Iran that's causing gas prices to skyrocket. Tell Congressman Derek Van Orden, stop raising energy costs.
The Spring Refresh event is happening now at Furniture, Decor & More. Refresh your home or create a whole new look and save up to 30% store-wide. Style, comfort, and big savings are waiting for you. Furniture, Decor & More in Westby and Boscobel. Stop in today.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Yeah, after enjoying maybe 4 to 5 days, even more of really end of the May or mid-like May-like conditions, we're about to change back to really kind of March-like conditions. So with that change of air masses, you typically are going to have a front and thus severe weather, and that's what we're going to see for the next 24 hours. So tomorrow morning's really, for the most part, for a lot of areas for Friday, it's still going to be windy and warmer as you go further east, but overall still 70s, so that's the good news. The severe storms are in the afternoon, early evening. There are lines of them, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So they're very narrow lines too. So storms won't last too long where you're at, but they could be severe. The weekend, definitely with the cold air behind this, a lot of cold air out to the west. It's still going to be chilly, blustery. That wind will be a factor Saturday. Less of it for Sunday, but still, temperatures may struggle to get to 40s or even 50, likely possible maybe Sunday. So definitely a change and below average. And then as we get to next week, the better news with this stretch is it's dry all the way to possibly next Thursday. That's what we desperately need. And we will warm up with it. Expect maybe 70s by the mid part of next week, but we'll start off kind of right where we should be at this point. Monday, most areas are now averaging about 60 degrees starting next week, so that's what's going on if we look at the big picture. Here's the front that really is have a lot of cold air and a lot of snow for the western area. A lot more areas are picking up more snow now than they have all winter long, or at least a series of systems. That's the cold air that's pushing east behind this front. It'll be slow to push east throughout the day. It won't pass really until tomorrow, late at tomorrow afternoon or early evening. We won't get the precipitation, the snow on the backside, but we will definitely get the temperatures. Tonight, it's still going to be very warm waking up. 50 degrees is just about 4 to 5 degrees below our average high temp for right now. And tomorrow, as I said, a lot of 70s. Further east to go, it'll take longer for storms to develop or clouds, so you might see a few 80-degree temperatures there. The wind also will be a factor waking up out of the south, southwest. You could see gusts late morning to early afternoon, potentially getting into the 35-40 range. Right when you start getting into the early afternoons, when that front gets starting closer and the winds will start mixing around, you still see the winds here, and then just keep watching. Right there is when they turn back to the northwest with that aerial shifting, meaning that cold front will be coming through. Potentially by 5 p.m., it's definitely east of Eau Claire. Maybe by 5 to 6, it's east of La Crosse. That really ends the severe threat going on. And for Saturday, as I mentioned, a lot of wind going on, but this time it's once again continuing out the northwest direction. So you can see gusts potentially 30, 35. So that's definitely going to make it feel a lot colder than what it'll be in the 40s. As the severe threat is outlined, there's your threats. It's higher east and further south you go. Initially, I think with some of these lines, it'll be more of tornado hail. Later lines, as the front gets closer and you get kind of a squall line, I think the damaging winds will be the factor too. And it won't take much, given we've already had the strong winds going on, to make some of these winds up to 50, 60, even 70 with the line coming through. As we kind of time it out in alert day, we already mentioned that. Let's time it out quickly here as we go through. You can see by the time we get to about 1. You start seeing a little bit of development here north of Eau Claire. This is more of probably a tornado threat, but given their individual cells, and I highlighted where the stronger ones are. That pushes east, continues, and then here's the line that comes with the front. A little bit later, probably 4 to 5. This one will be more of a damaging wind. It's a very narrow line, but it'll have a lot of wind going with it and pushing fairly quickly. So by the time you get to 5 or 6, it's east of La Crosse, and then it starts enhancing, really strengthening as it gets closer to southwestern Wisconsin, south central Wisconsin. After that, we're pretty much done with the stuff going on. So the 8-day forecast will show you what the temperatures for the weekend look like. And once again, this is more like you would expect for mid-March, with mid-40s for highs, maybe getting close to 50 in some areas on Sunday. But as I mentioned, we're going to climb pretty quickly back to potentially the 70s as we go next week, and dry right now potentially all the way through maybe next Thursday, which we do need the dry conditions.
A nice dry streak after another alert day tomorrow.
Yeah, just be ready. There will be lines coming through. The good news, it's one last day, and then we're quiet for the most part all the way to the end of next week.
All right, have your first warn weather app handy. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, a busy night of prep action that includes a tight match on the soccer pitch. Plus, Holman and Aquinas jockeying for early season position in the MVC standings. Jacob is in next.
The Rainaway team has been protecting homes' exteriors in the La Crosse area for over 30 years. With decades of experience under our tool belts, you can rely on Rainaway for top quality, reliable service. Rainaway roofing, siding, gutters, and more.
The easiest way to furnish your cabin is at Black River Furniture Outlet. Bring the outdoors in with a handmade dining table set, crafted from the finest woods like hickory, walnut, maple, and barnwood. Shop cozy Amish rockers and upholstery, or Wisconsin-made easy sofas with customizable fabrics. Pair it all with a cabin rug, 5x8s, 8x10s, scatters, and runners available. And before you leave, visit the bed shed. Check out our rustic bedroom groups and bunk beds, as well as our Amish office furniture. Open 7 days a week, Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
One of the things I've said for years is we do things right, and we do the right thing. From the very beginning, when we offered bathrooms, one of the biggest concerns for homeowners is just safety. Can you get in and out of the bathtub? If that's a problem for you, the Board Store has the products and the installers to make your bathroom safe as well as attractive and easy to care for. Call today for a prompt free estimate.
What if we had a better treatment for cancer? What if it could find and destroy your cancer cells, but avoid your healthy ones? And what if it allowed us to watch your cancer shrink more easily and accurately than ever before? Meaning personalized treatments, fewer side effects, and more living. It's called Theranostics, and we're leading the charge, turning what-ifs into remarkable realities. UW Health Carbone Cancer Center. Remarkable.
At Rainaway, we know windows do more than let in light. They enhance the look, functionality, and energy efficiency of your home. Our windows keep heat out in summer and block cold winds in winter. Our local team is ready to help you with new construction or replacement windows. Rainaway roofing, siding, gutters, and more.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports.
Well, finally, we had a beautiful night across the area. Great conditions for local athletes to put their best on display as the spring sports season picks up steam. First, unbeaten Aquinas putting that perfect record on the line against Holman. Vikings, the home team, in game one of a doubleheader, and they get on the board quick thanks to this Joe Meter double. And not long after, Noah Carlson lines one up the middle. Two will score off that, and Holman is up by 4. Blue Gold's chipping away, though. Waylon Hargrove able to leg out an infield single right here. That scores 1 as Holman is now up 6-2. Aquinas would actually come back and make things interesting, but in the 8th inning, Joe Meter would hit a walk-off single, locking up the 8-7 win. Let's head over to the Cooley Conference. West Salem hosting Luther. Bottom of the first, West Salem up 1. The bases loaded. Johnny Holub gets the batter to ground out. Knights limit any damage. West Salem bats coming alive, though, here. Caden Detmering keeps the grounder fair down the third base line. That scores 1 to make it a 6-0 lead. And not long after, Taryn Boland rips one to right. 2 more score off that hit. Now 8-0 in the bottom of the third, and the Panthers cruises 10-0 to win this one behind that 7-run third inning. Dairyland Conference softball up next. Blair Taylor visiting CFC in the second. BT up 2, trying to add to it. Andy Beck launches one to right field and brings in Addison Laker and Avery Peterson. Wildcats up 4. Later in the inning, Alyssa Smetana hitting a 2-run RBI single as Kelsey Kinsey and Kaylee Benedict touch home plate. Meanwhile, a good day for Andrea Alexson in the circle, shutting down the Pirate offense. And more runs continue to come in for the visitors. This time, Alexson brings home Kinsey as the Wildcats run away with this one 15-0. Other softball scores to pass along tonight. Logan takes care of Central in convincing fashion, and Holman scores 1 in the 7th, and the Vikings hold on for the 4-3 victory. Meanwhile, some tight ones in other Cooley baseball action. GET sneaks past Westby, and Matt Schoolcraft's walk-off hit lifts Black River Falls over Arcadia. How about some girls soccer action from tonight? West Salem visiting Onalaska. First half action here. Good passing by the Hilltoppers leads to a shot by McKenna Alderman, but Bailey Fawcett collects it to keep the game scoreless. Later in the half, check out the skill from Isabella Kromicki. The senior midfielder weaving around Panther defenders gets it past Fawcett for the game's first goal. This one would stay 1-0 until the 71st minute. Maya Hoff would score an equalizer, and this one ends in a 1-1 draw. Brewers going for the series victory over the Blue Jays. Here, Tyler Heineman drops down a bunt with a man on third to score on Andres Jimenez and put the Jays in front. The Crew threatening in the 4th inning with runners on the corners. Luis Rengifo lifts one out to left field. Davis Schneider is going to come in and make the catch, but here comes Bryce Terang tagging up, and Terang barely slides home safely. Then Milwaukee just chipping away in the 7th. David Hamilton going to beat out the throw on a bunt. And the next batter is Joey Ortiz, and he's going to use the safety squeeze, and it works like a charm as there is no play at home, and Garrett Mitchell scores to take the lead. Then the tying run on third with 2 outs for Toronto, but Angel Serpa gets Kazuma Okamoto to ground out, and the Brewers win the series, and Pat Murphy notching victory number 200 as manager of Milwaukee. Meanwhile, the Badgers are putting finishing touches on their spring practice schedule as Wisconsin looks to turn things around and get back to their winning ways. Transfer quarterback Colton Joseph has been working with the offense to try to become more efficient on that side of the ball, and some key pieces are back on defense, like Mason Posa and Cooper Catalano. And when Posa was asked about why he wanted to stay in Madison despite the current transfer portal era, he said he wants to be at the forefront of a change in the program.
It's the place I fell in love with, during my recruiting process. I had 24 offers, I could have gone really anywhere, but, this place caught my eye. Coach Fick and all of the coaching staff, they can coach really well, and it's just coming down to the players and us executing our jobs. But I'll defend Badger Nation with all my heart, I love this place, and I'm willing to die and sacrifice anything for this program to be winning again.
And the last of Wisconsin's spring practices will be April 30th. And some exciting news shared by Aquinas Jr. Brady Lee today. Lee announced he has committed to the University of North Dakota. This past season for the Blue Golds, he accounted for 8 touchdowns and was the 2nd leading tackler on defense. Definitely a good get for the Fighting Hawks. That's all for sports. Emily has some more news after this.
Support local businesses by shopping at A1 Vacuum Sales and Service in Jackson Plaza. Make cleaning a breeze with great service and high-quality vacuums. Discover the perfect vacuum for your unique lifestyle. Shop local. Shop Jackson Plaza.
It's the final weekend to save now during the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized Sale at Drury's in Fountain. Exciting designs, stunning fabrics, and the best prices of the year. Right now at Drury's, you'll save on everything Smith Brothers makes. The latest sofa styles, sectionals to fit any room, and the finest in genuine leather, all featuring a lifetime warranty on solid maple frames, sturdy steel springs, and luxurious cushions. Plus, there's even 24-month financing available. Sale ends Monday at 8 at Drury's in Fountain.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get a total value of over $6,100 on the Sierra 1500 model. Plus get $3,000 trade allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Nothing bothered Biscuit more than stopping to switch from specs to sunglasses. Nora felt the same. So her optometrist, Dr. Sandra, made their walk smoother with these convenient lenses that automatically adjust with the light. You're welcome, Biscuit. Shopco Optical. Nora focused since 1987. People focused since 1978.
If your basement walls are peeling, that is not appealing. So this is water damage,
yes,
man?
Sir. That's water damage.
How many people right now have compromise in their basement brought on by water?
Oh, the majority. I mean, water is the enemy of a home.
Right.
But it's better to have it assessed to give you that ease of mind.
Sure.
Inspections are free. Might as well just give us a call to help.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
Support local businesses by shopping at A1 Vacuum Sales and Service in Jackson Plaza. Make cleaning a breeze with great service and high-quality vacuums. Discover the perfect vacuum for your unique lifestyle. Shop local. Shop Jackson Plaza.
NASA's Artemis II crew is reflecting on their historic journey around the moon and back. The 4 astronauts took questions from reporters nearly a week after returning home. They set a new record for human spaceflight, traveling over 252,000 miles from Earth. They also captured images of the moon never before seen by the naked eye and observed a rare deep space solar eclipse.
Everything we did up there was a 4-person activity.
We launched as friends and we came back as best friends.
Every time I've been waking up, or in the first few days, I thought I was floating.
I sleep a lot better now because I don't have Reed underneath me kicking me. Oh, come on!
With the success of Artemis II, NASA says its goal is to return to the lunar surface as early as 2028, just around the corner. All right, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
Looking to upgrade your home? Save big this month at Wesco in Sparta. Buy one furniture item at regular price and get the second at 50% off. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. Tell them Peyton sent you.
5-time Grammy-nominated Joe Bonamassa with special guest, Government Mule. Live in concert on Saturday, August 15th at Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Tickets on sale now at TICasino.com. Don't miss this night of genuine rock with Joe Bonamassa and Government Mule.
I'm a window and door lead foreman here at Asher Lasting Exteriors. It's nice to work for a company that's been around for 50 years. I enjoy coming to work every day. We have a good family culture here at Asher. I enjoy seeing the customers get excited about their new windows and doors. They seem to really like the product we install. I enjoy the job and I love what I do.
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know one. Your sister. Your buddy. The ones who always show up. They all have that little extra something. And maybe you got it too.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Get supplier discount for everyone pricing for over $8,300 in total value on this 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500. Plus, Costco executive members can get a $12.50 members-only incentive.
A little empathy has the power to make everyone feel better. Welcome to healthcare that's all about caring. Amplify Health. A little empathy changes everything.
Looking to upgrade your home? Save big this month at Wesco in Sparta. Buy one furniture item at regular price and get the second at 50% off. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. Tell them Peyton sent you.
All right, still warm tomorrow. In fact, some areas may hit 80, but it's going to be a strong south wind throughout the day as the front gets closer. So The storms will come really in the afternoon, about 1 to about 8 p.m. There'll be a couple lines, so the whole entire period everyone won't see storms. All hazards, tornadoes, damaging winds, especially towards the later half of the day, are all in factor, so keep alert on that. Otherwise, the bigger story is going to be the chilly weekend with temperatures in the 40s both days. In fact, Saturday, some areas further north may not even get to 40, so quite a change. But a good dry stretch we need to.
I'm going to fit in a little bit of golf tomorrow morning before the storms come, I think.
Oh, yeah. You got to get it in before 1.
Exactly.
All right. That does it for us at 10. Have a great night.